Yo, what is going on, guys? Mr. T-Boy here, and welcome to Haut Beyleron. We are on day 5. It is currently December. It's a dark, dreary morning, but we're ready to get the day started. Before we get too far into the video though, guys, you know what to do. Take a moment, go ahead, smash that like button for me. If you're new around here and not yet subscribed, please consider hitting that subscribe button. And you could also turn on your notification bell and set it to all to be notified every time I post a video. Again, thank you for the support in the previous videos. It really means a lot. You guys are awesome. So we just checked the status on our field there. It needs some herbicide. We've got a few weeds growing up in there, so we're going to go and get our sprayer attached. We're going to unload the fertilizer and then off to the trusty store we go to go and fill up with some herbicide. Gotta get them weeds out of here. Nobody got time for that. So off we go. Little journey up to the store. It is currently still dark. It usually gets light at around 8, but not in the winter times. It is a little later. I think it's around 9 o'clock in December. It gets properly daytime. But yeah, it's a frosty old morning. But we are ready to start the day nonetheless. We're a busy boy. We got money to make. Love the lighting on this game. I think it's wicked. Really good. So here we be. Just pulling up to the shop. Just gonna chuck it right in front of the doors. Engine off. Out we go. Make sure to turn my lights off too, like a good little boy. In we go. So I always have a little check, see what's in the for sale thing. Tele truck's pretty cool. I don't know why I was so interested in the cultivator when I've already got one. We like to check, see what's new on a new day, see if there's any bargains to be snatched up. So here we go, we want some herbicide. Let's get it. Thank you very much. Off we go, let's get that filled up. And go and get rid of these pesky weeds. Taking over my fields. Nobody likes you. Get out of my field. But yeah, quite happy with the progress on the series so far. It's a map I'm really enjoying, and I am concentrating solely on this one at the moment. I think it's a better way to do it than trying to juggle multiple farms. Pulled out on him slightly, my bad. No drama, so we're all good. But yeah, I thought I could dedicate all my time to one farm. We're going to see better progression and just actually see me get somewhere on a farm instead of not really progressing that fast or forgetting where I'm at on which farm. We'll start here, back to our early OG map. Here we go. Bust a right. Then to the left, onto the farm we go. Let's get this bad boy sprayed up. Spraying never takes too long. It's a relatively pain-free task to do. So I was trying to be smart here. I was thinking, right, all the fields need spraying, so let's start from this side and just go straight the way down. I have to do a quick maneuver here because I nearly took out a car with the sprayer. But yeah, I actually lined this up accidentally perfectly. But then I was expecting the field to be showing me some sort of different information. I don't know why. So I stopped like just about now. And was thinking, the crop sensor is not turned on. So I turned that on. But everything I'm doing didn't really need to be done. So it's saying crop sensor requires daylight. Makes sense. So we just go and chill here for a minute. I didn't actually need daylight. I could have just carried on as I was, but I thought I needed the crop sensor on. It's just one of them things to learn from. So while we're waiting for it to be daylight, I thought I may as well go and jump in my little forklift. We have 2 crates of lettuce that can be loaded onto the trailer, so we're going to go ahead and do that. I did as well at the end of the other video. I did spend some money on some time on filling up the greenhouses, so they are now full of water. It's quite a repetitive, boring task with the size of the tank that I've got, so we skipped out some of that process. I did get my forks caught on this curb a little bit here, but there we go, lift them up and we're good to go. Just going to pick up our first pallet of produce. Beautiful stuff. I know these are going to fetch fairly good money, especially if I wait for the trailer to be full. There we go, let's load that on. Just making sure I get it as far across as possible to ensure I can fit as much crates on there as possible. So we're just going to change the view slightly so we can see how far across we are. We're not quite straight, so we're going to change that right now. There we go. Plop that down. We're going to push the other one on, and I do believe you can get 3 across on this particular trailer. Why would I call it a truck? Yeah, you can get 3 pallets across ways, so that's how it's going to be loaded. And then we just have just under half an hour to wait until daylight, which I didn't actually need to do, but we live and we learn. Right, let's get this on. Push the other one on slightly. Just got to line it up properly. There we go, good stuff. And I know for a fact I can squeeze another one on there with the gap I've got either side, so that's great. I'm going to go and park this bad boy back up, and stupidly wait until 9 o'clock. But yeah, I thought, oh, our crop sensor needs to be on. It really doesn't. All I'm doing is spraying the weeds off the field that are already there. We don't need no sensors. But hey, these are things that you don't know about. You have to learn from your mistakes. So a little slow walk. We have just increased the time now, instead of sat there just waiting for it to tick over. There we go. We're at 9 o'clock now. Turn it back down to ×5. Do not climb on your sprayer. So we're going to get in. I'm going to go ahead and spray the fields. Turn the sensor on. Nothing different. And that's the moment where I realised that was all just a waste of time. I mean, at least I loaded the trailer up a little bit, so we did achieve something. Yeah, we're going to go ahead, spray these fields. We're going to go straight the way down. Get rid of them nasty, nasty weeds. And see, with the greenhouses being there, it's going to make sense to approach the fields like this, and especially if I've got same crops on both fields, we can treat it as one big field. Let's go all the way down. So it shouldn't take too long to finish this off. This video is, of course, not going to be as long as the previous ones, I don't think, because you'll find sometimes, some days, you don't have quite as much going on the farm. I do go ahead at a later date today and go and complete some contracts and stuff, but we'll get to that bit when we come to it. But for now, I'm going to speed this up a little bit, and I'll catch up with you guys in a short while. not quite complete, but we're running low on herbicide, so we're going to fold up. We have a little bit left in the IBC up at the store, so we're going to go and refill. Makes perfect sense to me. Look at the state of this tractor. Oh dear. It's going to have a clean. It's very dirty. So we are currently, that's took us an hour so far, so we're making good progress. Back to the store we go. Swing it in, get this filled back up. Good stuff. Here's me currently not looking at the stream deck, and I'm pressing the lights on and off instead of the fill button, which is just above on my stream deck. You can watch the thing fill up. We now have nearly another full tank. It should be perfect to go ahead and finish the rest of the fields. So a nice little short trip back. Still have, I think, 3 months until the crops will be ready on my fields, so we have a bit of time to fill. Here we go, back to the field. I actually did lose my bearings a little bit here and forgot whereabouts I needed to be turning onto. So we go to the external view, and then we see we come a little bit too far. A little reverse, upset the locals. They're beeping at me. Give them one back. Let's get past the tree now and unfold this bad boy. We still have a little bit of jiggling about to line it up properly, but we get it done. We get it done. So guys, we're going to go ahead, spray the rest of this field, and I'll catch up with you very soon. Spraying complete. It's always a nice pain-free process. There we go. Jobs are good. I'm going to fold up. Just going to jump out now when I just walk onto the field. Check the status. Weeding perfect. Nitrogen pH is perfect. We are going to get a fairly good yield. Look at the state of that. Dearie me, that is dirty. Because it's so filthy. We got $6 in the bank. Why not go ahead and get ourselves a jet wash? We're undecided on where we were going to place it, but I've decided to put it back up this way, and we're going to get this bad boy washed off. There we go. We're going to park it up here. We're going to put the jet wash just outside the back of the house. Let's go into the construction tab. Find jet wash. It is in tools, I believe. I know I clicked on this, but I knew I downloaded a mod, which is it's like a washing area for your machineries. Not yet used it yet, not really had a look at it, but I was trying to work out where that was, and after I find it, it's on the tools section where it should be. There's me being dumb. So I've flicked through all these mods I've got on here, and then I realised it was on tools after all. And once I do eventually find it, it was right at the end there, the Karcher. I zoom in. I don't really like the looks of it. It's a bit too industrial looking for my own farm. So we're going to place it just here. Now we're going to get our spray on. Spray on, sprayer. So satisfying cleaning this up. Give me the hose. Boom. So let's get this sprayed up. Nice and clean. Beautiful stuff. And even though it appears clean on both sides from just spraying one side, I like to go around it and make sure I get every part of it. Getting a little bit too far away from the washer, but we're still fine here, we're okay. Let's get the other side done. Just a quick spray over. Get all the nooks and crannies. And we are nice and clean again, feels good. So it's now 10:23. There is pretty much nothing left to do on the farm. I did contemplate going through and washing all of the things that I've got on site, but decided against that. What we did go ahead and do is a few contracts using the cultivator. I already have one. There's lots of cultivating that needs doing this time of year, so I'm going to put up some screenshots in a second of what happened. I also, upon completing some of these contracts, I found ourselves another collectible, so I'll put up the shots of those now, guys. So after finishing the first contract, which was next to my fields, this is the lake that I did drive past once before. I think it was on day one. I thought to myself, there's got to be something over there, and upon looking, I could just see on the island, just next to a tree, something that looked a little bit strange. So we're going to go ahead and dip our toes in. And here we have it, right by this tree. We have another collectible. So there we go, guys, another 50 grand in the bank, muchly needed as well, even though we've got the contracts to do, but it's another 50 grand. Nice. So bank balance is good. That's what we've been up to. We did wash the tractor, then go take on the contracts, so tractor's a little dirty again. The cultivator is extremely dirty. Also another little couple of screenshots to show you. Upon returning from the last contract, I took the cultivator into the garage because I brought it second hand and it was in need of a repair, so I'm going to put up a screenshot of that right now. There we go. That cost me around about seven grand, something like that, but we did find the collectible, so I thought, why not treat my machinery well. This thing has it's been a great purchase, so let's fix it back up to brand new, repainted and completely repaired. So we're all clean once again. Looking good, looking good. Get a bit carried away when I get the hose out. And that was not a euphemism either, for any of you dirty buggers out there. Right, let's go and part this bad boy up. So yeah, slightly shorter episode. It is now 3:45 in the afternoon, so most of the day was spent doing contracts. I don't really like to put the footage of the contracts on there. I'll always put a couple of screenshots up, just as a little bit of proof and just to show you what fields they was, and you know, don't want to just say, oh, I did contracts and leave it as that. I like to put a little bit of evidence up there. So nice parking there, got that really good. Drop that off. I'm going to put the tractor next to the trailer. This is the moment where I was contemplating buying another shed, but I did not. We end up spending the money. You will see where in just a second. The shed is incoming, but there's one that I want that it turns out after I'd spent a bit I couldn't quite afford, and I didn't want to just put any old rubbish down. There's a certain style I want to go for. I've got some ideas in my head, so we'll wait till we can actually afford the one I want. The one I want, ooh, I don't know why I did that. So now I'm going to go ahead and buy our third greenhouse. Let's go. It is a tight squeeze, but we can fit a tractor and the water tank in the gap, so I'm quite happy with it. And I think 3 greenhouses along there look really cool. Committed. On reflection, it could have been a little strayer, but it's no dramas. So I don't know what I'm doing right now, just having a little look at the lay of the land. Zooming out, I do want to put some sort of fencing around the main perimeter of the farm, but we're not going to get to that just yet. So now we're going to look at sheds, because it really does need to be put away. The one that I just passed, that I click on right now, this is the one I want to go for. It costs 40 odd grand. I haven't got the money for that right now, but in future episodes we will have. So I did start to look at the other ones, much cheaper ones, the open ones, but they don't look as nice, and I like that wooden effect on that one. Quite set on getting myself a couple of those at some point. So yeah, let's have another look at it, just to confirm to myself that that's the style I want to go for, and it definitely is, definitely that one. So that's what we're going to do. Now go into the production tab and start some more production. We're going to go lettuce on this one as well. At some point there will be a change. I will start growing maybe one of each crop, but we're going to have all three set to lettuce for the time being, and just let that do its thing in the background. Start raking some money in from lettuces. So that's activated. Now we've got to go ahead and fill up, and upon filling up, I've jumped in the tractor and I'm thinking to keep filling these up with a little water tank in this big tractor is a bit overkill. So at some point I'm going to buy myself an ATV or some sort of smaller vehicle to use for this purpose. I can just about squeeze through. It is tight, but yeah, I think a smaller vehicle just to lug that around just in and out of here would be a much more sensible option. There are some quad bikes in the store. I wonder if one of those would pull it. Just squash the hell out of the water tank. So we could upgrade the tank, but I think even if we do that, a smaller vehicle to maneuver along with would be much more sensible for this. So we're going to go and have a look at that at some point in the future. It's a little tight here, but it is very doable. As long as I take the angle correctly, that is. There we go. Get in there, my son. Fill you up. And obviously with a small tank it takes so long to fill up the greenhouse. I'm going to do a couple more rounds. Probably fill the rest of it up off camera. So I've decided to approach it slightly differently this time around. I'm going to fill it up here, but then I'm going to turn around and go back the way I came. I just feel it's a slightly better route to be going. Here we go. Full once again. So it does cost somewhere near, I think, a couple of £1,000 to fill these up to the top, each one. But it does last quite a while, so it's not like an expense that you have to do very often or too often. Yeah, that was a much better angle to go from. So I'm going to dump that in there. And zoom round at the back of this trailer. So you've got plenty of room to maneuver this way. I'm going to go ahead and fill up once more. It's not the most exciting thing to be watching, is me going around in circles, just filling up and emptying a water tank. But it's a job that needs to be done, and as the video is going to be quite short, we're leaving this bit in. So yeah, there we go, full again. This one I do not take quite so well to get out wide, and then I think I did hit the wall. Massively hit the wall. So it's a good job it was only soft, otherwise we would have had a broken greenhouse. Imagine if that was a thing. Oh god, I would be replacing the glass on that all the time. So there we go, let's fill up again. Nice, good stuff. So we're going to go and drop this tank off. I think it makes sense to keep this near the water tank. So just chuck that there. We're going to leave the tractor there for now as well, because we have another little idea, some more production. This was something I wanted to get underway. So back on the construction and production, and in fact animals, we want some bees. So we have this beautiful little bee shed on the end. It's 20 grand. Getting one of those. I'm going to place this here, and eventually, if I can, this is why this is on the edge, I am going to put 3 along that patch of grass there. I think that's the idea. So you place one for now, and then I have a lovely little mod there which enables you to stack up more pallets on location, so you can have 9 in one place instead of just 4 pallets like normal, I think. So I'm going to place that. Decided where to put it. I'm going to put it in the middle because hopefully I can put more of those beehive shed type things across here. I think 3 along there will look really cool. Hopefully they'll all use the same pallet. I'm just checking now what it'd look like. I think it's going to look pretty awesome. 1, 2, 3. Maybe, who knows, in the future the other 3 could have the same. Not really sure if that's going to let me do that or not. But yeah, look at that. How pretty. Another big addition. So the farm is coming along very nicely. Got lots of things coming up in the future, lots of ideas. But guys, that is it for this episode. I hope you've enjoyed. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and I will catch you in the next one. Peace out. Bye bye.